Hello, this is Nor and Layla from Sacred Roots Homestead. We are just outside. We just started designing the garden space that we're going to use this spring, summer, fall on the southeast corner of our property, and we've started amending the beds, and if I'm pronouncing it right, we are going to do the layering horticulture method, which I did do last year, but my beds were not in the correct area, so therefore they didn't get enough sun, and I think that had a lot to do with issues that I was having. But I've got a few beds out here. My son has laid down some chicken wire underneath them. The ground is not very level there, but due to the fragile nature of these beds, I'm not sure. I might just put rocks around it or some type of support, or my potato pots. I'm going to kind of be doing a blend of, you can start planting the peas, one in each hole. Very good. Now wait, say Bismillah. This way, what was I saying? So we're in a different space right now, and I'm also cleaning it up at the same time, so there's piles of leaves everywhere, but it's a nice area. There's a trellis here, which if I could get grapes to grow, this would be nice. If not, then some type of foliage. I mean, there's already some foliage on there, something that climbs, but I would like to add in possibly grapes if I can get them to grow. I have, we're in the woods, so there's a lot of shaded areas and a lot of shadows and canopies, so you have to be really careful at where you're planting, where you're placing your placement for the just one in each hole, dear.
Okay.
Where the placement is. So I'm thinking this is a good spot. I have my container garden area here that it's going to be kind of integrated everywhere, but this is I found this old pallet that I didn't want to use because it was treated, as far as my compost pile, but the containers are spaced in there. I think they'll be just fine. They've been weathered quite over a year already, so I think they're fine. I just need to get rid of these nails. But repurposing things is a very cool thing to do. Very good. So you want to make holes with your finger just like those on the other side and plant one in each one.
The whole side?
Yes.
Oh, then pretend to fight it.
Yeah, do it just like that. So, and I also plan on I'm going to fence off this area. I'm hoping to do it in a way that doesn't take away from the natural beauty of this wooded area. And I hope that the canopies are not too overpowering, or I might have to take something down. But anyway, in my container garden here, I have, not everything is planted in yet, but I have a blueberry bush. I have some lavender that I'm trying to bring back to life, and potatoes here, red raspberry over here that was kind of overwintered, and where's my fig? I have a fig plant also, and this is some type of echinacea, red coneflower, I believe. And probably put another fruit plant in the other hole, but I'm really, really digging this. I'm really digging this, this repurposing of the palette that I didn't want to throw away. I have another one, so I'm going to also utilize that, and I'm probably going to split it in half and try to line it up, is just my tree that fell down, which I'm gonna make use of because I have wood stoves. So I'm going to make use of that. I need to get it covered better. You know, aside from me and my girls, everyone's busy around here and they don't really have time to help. So, you know, I can only do what I can do physically. This is I believe a sour cherry tree, which I just recently found out that it's too sour to just like eat them, but you can use it for jam, I believe, jelly or jam. And okay, I'm still on camera now, and I'm losing my battery again, which I thought was charged up. So what I'm gonna do is just finish this video up, I guess. I have my baby chicks outside for the first time. I believe these are Americanas, which lay colored eggs. I don't know what made me go and get more chicks, but it's dangerous to go in Tractor Supply when there's chicks in there because baby chicks are just adorable. So this is their first time getting to explore outside, and they're loving it. They're probably cold and they need to go back inside. So just a quick thing to show them that they'll have life outside of their brooder box, because they're getting very, very aggravated being in there and bored. So I also brought my sickly little quail out to her hutch on the other side, but she's terrified because she's so used to being in the house. So anyway, for these beds, what I did is I put down the chicken wire. You can also use hardware mesh, and then cardboard without any tape on it. It has to have no tape. I used even some pizza boxes without any food on it. You don't want to draw animals. And then I'm just cutting down some seagrass, I think that's what it's called, and stuff over here next to my peonias. Hope I'm getting this all right. And I'm using that as a mulch. So I'm building the bed so you don't need to spend a fortune, and then, you know, putting in amendments such as compost and worm castings and all types, you know, top garden soil. I'm trying to use natural things that will break down on their own in the boxes. And then, you know, when my worm castings become plentiful, then I will add that. I did not turn my compost pile enough, so it's I didn't turn my compost pile enough, so it's not fully processed. So I'm weary of using that on my beds. I really do need more beds than this. I have 1, 2, 3 more that I'm adding that I have. They're just not put together yet. Well, one's put together, but I need to move it because it's not one of these cheapo ones. It's like a handmade one. It's going to be heavy to move. But anyway, spring is here. I have flowers coming up everywhere. I'm trying to remove the leaves out of these little bed areas I have around the house and all around the property. I'm also using you know, some logs that are decomposing. You don't want to use like fresh wood in your bed. You want to use things that are decomposing, leaves, paper. You know, you do go around your yard and pick, you know, cut down some trimmings of all different type of plants and trees and shrubs, and you just add that to the bottom. But it needs to be dried. It needs to be decomposing. It can't be, you know, you don't want a bunch of fresh stuff in there because it'll unbalance make the, you know, the nitrogen and everything not balanced. So anyway, I'm planting in these green peas, and I'm gonna put up a little trellis here, and those have potatoes in them, and I'm gonna add some more potatoes to these, and that's gonna be it for now. So I hope you liked the video. And I hope you're having a wonderful day. Please take the time to take things into your own hands. I'm no expert, and so don't be weary of it. Go and, get some seeds, get some compost, get some peat moss, get some potting soil, get some cell trays. If you're weary of just starting with only seeds, you can always go to a nursery and get organic seed starts, which are the plants that are ready, hardened off, ready to be put into the beds or the ground. But we're still far from the first frost date, so but you can keep them in the house if you have lights or in a real sunny window. I have quite a few starts in the house, kale and lettuce and Swiss chard that seem to be doing fine. My tomatoes kind of stalled, so I hope they haven't dampened off. I'll be very upset. I'll have to start over, but I'm just going to work on revitalizing the bedding in these plants and try to get them back to life. I'm sure once they feel warm enough, they'll start having their green buds come out. And yeah, it's a beautiful, beautiful day. There's no chemtrails in the sky to ruin it. It's nice and clear and blue, beautiful day. And I'm getting the fresh air. I'm gonna get maybe a few minutes of grounding in. And yeah, so hope you're all fine, and until next time, peace, love, and take action. Start planting, start learning, start growing. Buy some books on growing, download some information on growing, and just start anywhere. And if you have no balcony and no yard, you can grow, you can also grow sprouts and microgreens, and look up that information. That's quite easy to do, especially sprouts. You just need some mason jars and seeds and the lids, and you're good to go. All right, so until next time, peace.